Good afternoon, Prof. Thank you so much for your time today. Prof. Onyia is the Managing Director for UKNIAF, and UKNIAF is an infrastructure facility that is funded by FCDO and supporting the government of Nigeria through technical assistance. So I have a question for you today. Being an infrastructure program, what can you just tell us what the need for infrastructure development is in Nigeria?
Thank you so much, Sabrina. So I'd like to set a context to it so that it will be clearer to the audience the nature of what we do and the need. So according to the IMF, the Nigerian infrastructure stock is at 25% of GDP, against compared to the average globally of 70%. What that means is that we're going to need about $100 billion over the next 30 years to be able to meet our infrastructure needs. Now, that's on one side, but do keep in mind that our growth projection in terms of population estimate now being at about 200 million people to 2050, it's about 400 million people. So the projection we're talking about in terms of infrastructure needs for that population size will continue to increase with a budget allocation that is a little less than what it ought to be, based on our current economic outlook. And also keep in mind that this gap in itself is not something that's looking like we are going to be able to mitigate it with federal government allocation. But this now presents an opportunity for private investors to come into the infrastructure space to help begin to meet this gap through private public partnerships that are focused on climate resilient infrastructure from the design phase to the transaction close phase. So we see a huge gap within Nigeria and a huge opportunity also for us to begin to change the thinking around what infrastructure that we need, prioritizing it in terms of those that have stronger economic value, more climate resilient in its design, and also in its sustainability approach, but more important, in creating the policies that help make these things possible for private investors to come in. Because nobody will come into a space where the policies are erratic, where there's no trust, where the risk projection for any investment is quite suspect. So what we have done in UK NIAF is to begin to work diligently to help the federal government of Nigeria through its agencies, both at the federal level and also at the subnational level, to address this infrastructure gap or infrastructure deficit in Nigeria. So it's a huge gap, but one that we really need to begin to tackle intentionally.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.